Hi guys, and welcome back to another video, and today is part 2 of this series of how to build your own authentic brand world. If you haven't seen part 1, then go watch that first and then come back. I can't care about the algorithm, you've got to do this in the right order. I did initially want this to be one video, but it's turning into a series because there's so much to say. So if you're new here, please subscribe. I do make videos about branding, marketing, visuals regularly for independent music artists to help you guys out. And let's dive right into part 2. I don't even know how many parts there's gonna be at this stage. Okay, so part 2 is your ethos, your business ethos, which covers your values, which I have talked about. I will link a video up here that talks more about values in depth. But you have your values, which is stuff you care about, and then you have your core message. So if you have one overriding value or one overriding theme within your songs, that then becomes your core message. You don't have to have a core message. Again, you don't have to have all this stuff. This is just some of the ideas that I thought I'd put into a graphic to create this authentic brand world, that for people who love a structure and a checklist can just work through each thing and be like, is this relevant to us? Yes, let's work on it. So yeah, you may have a core message. You might be really into helping the environment, and that might come through in all of your songs and all of your content, and you might constantly push that. That would be your core message. And it can also be something more lighthearted, like promoting fun or individuality, that kind of stuff. But I talk more about it in the values video, so I'm gonna stop there for now on ethos. Then we've got communication. Okay, so your name, your artist name, this is part of how you communicate. You've probably already got an artist name. Great, that is one thing you can tick off. If not, then obviously take a long time to consider, because it's probably the most important thing you're going to decide on other than your music. It's how you're going to be known. Doing a rename and a big rebrand isn't ideal when you're new and sort of unestablished, so think carefully about your name. Then there's like tagline and phrases, and this, I think, again, it's kind of more catered to businesses in those terms, but for you guys it would be your single sentence bio on Instagram. Like, that single sentence has to catapult everything you're about. So consider how you can describe your specific sound and genre in a small phrase, or put your location in there if that's an important part of who you are. Think of a tagline or a phrase, like a single sentence that really just sums up everything about you. We've also got your story, and this is your progress so far. You don't have to share everything, but it's a kind of polished version of your story, which is the aspects you want people to know. They can be slightly exaggerated if you want to. It doesn't have to be 100% factual. If that's, again, it has to feel true to you. And so if you really want to protect your privacy and you want a kind of maybe narrative as part of your story, that's fine. So your story and how you tell it, this is all communication. And then yeah, so tone of voice comes in there as well. So how do you communicate? Do you use slang? Do you swear? Do you talk in really formal English or formal whatever language is your first language? Are you gonna use English if English isn't your first language in order to reach a wider audience? All those things are things to be considered. And then your personality as well. Your personality is going to come out in how you communicate. So find out what that is. What aspects of your personality do you want to be like maybe slightly exaggerated, or really you want to come out in how you communicate? That's something else to consider. And then dealing with criticism. So this is, are you going to just ignore all criticism, block it out? Are you going to be a bit sassy? Are you going to name and shame? Like, there are loads of ways you can deal with it, and there's no right or wrong. It's just totally what feels true to you, what is in your core, what you want to do with that. But again, it all comes into communication. There's all these different aspects of communication, and your communication will be across the board. So it'll be your social media content, across your website, on stage, off stage, all that. And then we've got boundaries as well. And I think for now, the only one that adheres to you is personal. So consider your boundaries. What are you going to share with the world and on social media, and what are you going to keep back? And there's aspects of your personality or your values that you may want to hold back. So yeah, just decide on that as well, have that in place. That is something else to work on. Okay, my camera is dying, so I'm going to have to leave it there. Come back for part 3. I hope it was helpful, and I'll see you next time. Bye!